What's up, Indiana? This is Coach Hall, your Olympic Developmental Director and coach here at Legends of Gold for Indiana. Just want to talk about right now turns. All right, turns are where it's at. You take somebody down one time, you tech follow them 10 seconds later, depending upon what your turn is or how you're turning, match is over, which is the awesome part about freestyle and Greco. All right, you don't have to deal with the wear and tear of riding with folk style, which I get. There's a skill and a benefit of that. But here in freestyle and Greco, we're only on the mat for like 15, 20 seconds if we can stay down there. But if we have the mindset to making turns and we know how to turn correctly, then we're about to get some money. So buckle up, we're going to learn how to turn and get after it. Okay, so how to turn correctly. Throughout the course of Indiana tournaments, locally, nationally, even going to some of the regionals, you can see who is well trained at turns and who's not. You can see the technique involved, the skills that are involved, and I'm going to show you how to do this. We'll do it slow a couple times and then speed it up and then show you a couple live goes, all right? But first things first. I'm on top. This is parterre. Person on bottom is flat. And the way that I'm going to teach you how to turn, you can use this for gut wrenches, front headlocks, leg laces, but this is how to turn. All right. So let's first, everybody's going to start with your butterfly grip, and you're going to be off your knees, all right, on your toes, all right. Usually I want to walk my feet. The closer my feet walk to my lock, the more pressure that I'm putting down there, all right. But once I get in this position and I'm applying the correct amount of pressure, what I'm going to do is I want to scoop my opponent, scoop my lock into my hips. All right, so I'm going to take this knee first and wedge it under wherever I'm at. Okay, now once I'm in this position, I'm going to take a split second to secure it, to tighten it up, to eliminate space. We do not want space in here. All right. So yeah, I'm on my side right now. All right. But remember, we're doing this super duper slow. So I've loaded it up. I've sucked this in. Notice I'm still on my toes here. I'm not flat. I'm on my toes. Because the whole time we do this, it's just going to be leg drive, ninja feet all the way through. All right. So I load. I've sucked it in. Now I'm still kind of driving, putting pressure. Now, super important, back step close to my butt. Back step close to my butt. So I load, I suck, I'm driving, back step close to my butt. All right, here's where other people get into trouble, is we start popping before both knees are to the sky. All right, problem one, I load, I suck. This leg does the stanky leg out. Not good. Load, suck, back step, close to my butt, driving. I don't want to start popping until I get to here. I'm on my back. My feet are close to my butt. Both knees are to the sky. Now is when I want to pop and drive and use my feet. Okay? Now is where I want to drive to my back arch, bridge, hip heist over, making sure that I don't hit my knees on the way. All right, so again, pressure, load, suck, back step. Don't start popping until I get to here. Don't do it. Because what's going to happen are you're not underneath them. I want to scoop. I want them to be in my hips. I need to get completely underneath them. Now I can drive and hip heist over. But what we do, what a lot of beginners do, is we'll start driving. We won't even load them in our hips and try to pop. They're not even in our hips. They're way out here. So, of course, they're never going to go. All right, or I load them up, I don't eliminate the space, and I backstep and I try to pop like this. But you see how my legs are open? They're falling off. All right, they're not going, and they can high leg over here. All right, but this is the alligator open mouth. Not good. All right, so I want to make sure that I'm loading, eliminating the space, back step here. Now I can start hip heisting over. So slow, slow. All right, medium. All right, and then a little bit faster. So let's see how this works. Go ahead and go flat. So let's talk about a leg lace, which we'll go on how to start this leg lace. There's a lot of different ways to start a leg lace. I'll just start with the one that we use. I know about probably 5 or 6 different ways to hit a leg lace. Your bottom person starts in parterre. Here, flat, I'm out to the side, both hands on their back. But anyway, I'm going toe on the outside, knee on the inside. Toe on the outside, knee on the inside. All right, this allows me to keep this leg here so they're not bringing that knee up under their chest. Kind of keeps them immobile, all right? Now, next step, shoulder below the butt. Okay, shoulder below the butt. Now, some people will put 2 hands to this one leg. Some people will block this here and just work on with this one. All right, completely up to you, but I know for sure your shoulder's got to be below the butt. So here, I'm attacking this knee. All right, blocking, stepping over, lace. Now watch, watch. Load, tighten, eliminate the space, back step, close to my butt, drive, drive, drive until I'm here, both knees to the sky, still using my leg drive. How I hip heist and finish is different. Some people may flip over all the way to that side where they're going here, boom, and automatically land up in that position. Some people are one leg at a time. But either way, watch. Load, suck, back step, drive, 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 drive. Both knees to the sky. Now I can start running my feet. Hurry up to get back to the load. Back step. All right, so that's with the leg lace. Let's talk about this gut wrench. Okay. Gut wrench. Same concept. Now, a lot of different, you can go flat. A lot of different ways to gut wrench. All right, a lot of different ways. Some people are emphasize shoulders, placement, lock placement, a lot of those things. All right. Right now, I'm just showing an overview. This stuff works with everything that you have. But I'm starting off with my knee right here in the crotch to stop their hips from moving backwards. Okay, this outside knee is in their ribs, all right? That kind of stops them from being able to go left. So right now, the only ways they can go is forward and to the right, all right? So now I'm posting and catching them across, attacking this muscle right here, all right, the shoulder, all right? Posting, and what I'm going to do is lift them up similar to a cross-face cradle. Lift them up, drive them over this arm while this arm's shooting under, going elbow deep. All right? Y'all got that? So, knee, chin, or knee, rib, tacking, getting here, posting over. Now, again, where your lock is changes from person to person. Me personally, I just want to make sure that it's tight. All right, so I'm going butterfly grip. So there's no space. Usually my shoulder is on top, my head's on one side, my body's on the other. Not always, all right, but for the most part, my shoulder's on top, my head is on the opposite side that I'm going. All right, I'm off my knees, pressure, 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 walking up, load, suck, back step, tight. All right, again, I don't start popping until I get to this position. All right, now once I get to this position, which as you can see is similar to a tilt, right, in folk style, but once I get here, now I'm using my feet, not just my hips to pop them, I'm using my feet to drive to my gut. Same concept. Pressure, 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 load. Get that knee under there. Duck. Eliminate the space. Back step close to my butt. I'm driving. Don't start popping until both knees are to the sky. Boop. And then it's a race to get my knee back under there to the other side. All right. So that's our gut wrench. Now we'll talk about our front headlock or our gator roll. I tend to personally go to the same side. Usually on a gator roll, you'll see people lock up. You've got a lot of different ways that people will hit this move. They'll usually go to the side their head's at. All right? They'll usually go head in the hole side. But if you got long wrestlers, they catch that far hip or that far leg, stay strong there, I get caught. So, personally, for us, maybe not for Indiana completely, but you can play with this, is we just gut the head. We leg lace the head, meaning we use the same mechanics to turn them in this position. All right, I've got them here. I've got it locked, right, across the face. Make sure it's locked, shoulders in position. Pressuring till they get off their knee. Same concept, load, load, suck, back step. Very difficult to stop because they're expecting for you to go the head in the hole side. Easy for them to take that arm out. All right, and again, the body goes where the head goes. So if my lock is loose and I start going, he slips, she slips, they can put their arm out. But if my lock is tight, particularly around the face, head starts going, their body's going to go too. Okay? So I'll spend a couple seconds personally down here. Sometimes I can just jump to a butterfly grip right here. And if I lock it right across the straight, off the face, it's good, or my shoulder's in good position. Sometimes I'll circle to turn the head up and make sure it's locked here. That's pretty nasty too. All right, but whatever it is, it's got to be tight. Pressure, load. I don't really like getting my knees underneath their head in this one, all right, because I don't want them to grab my leg. But I'm also making sure that even though I don't load their head in my hips, all right, which we'll get to for chest locks and things like that, but I'm still keeping it tight. All right, usually after that first one, you can start going any way you want to. Circle behind, whatever. All right, but just for now, you now know how to turn better. All right, emphasizing loading, sucking and pulling up to my hips, ninja feeting all the way through, back step close to my butt, not the stanky leg, not the step out wide, close to my butt. I want to stay in a ball until it's time to explode. And then hip high shoulder. All right. So anyway, you all got that stuff. Use this time to work on that. Now you know a little bit better how to turn. All right. On 2-1-2.